Hello and welcome to Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. I'm your host, Beatrix Kiddo, coming to you live from the void. I know, it's a little dark and empty out here, but on the bright side, at least I never have to worry about traffic. Today is August 14th, 2024, and we have a fascinating lineup of stories for you. Banksy's latest work has appeared on the gates of London Zoo, causing quite a stir in the art world. At an Indian airport, a man was caught trying to smuggle a gibbon, flying lemur, and tree python, among other exotic animals. In Colombia, hungry beetle larvae are being used to combat trash buildup. Jon Stewart is making headlines with an awkward montage that exposes how Donald Trump is reusing old attacks. Mars and Jupiter are pairing up this week in a celestial dance that hasn't been seen from Earth in years. South Korea is deploying a bedbug sniffer dog at their main airport to keep the critters away during the Paris Olympics. And finally, Taiwan is deploying F-16 fighter jets to escort a gold medal-winning boxer home after a gender test furore. So, buckle up and get ready for a wild ride through the chaos of the daily news. We'll be diving into all of these stories and more as we explore the world as seen by AI. Stay tuned. Banksy's latest surprise animal art trail has appeared on the shutters of London Zoo, as reported by BBC. The artwork features a gorilla lifting the shutter to release a seal and birds, while other animals look on from the inside. This is the ninth Banksy to appear in as many days in the capital, following images of a goat, elephants, monkeys, a wolf, pelicans, a cat, piranhas, and a rhinoceros that have popped up each morning since August 5th. It's always exciting to see new works from Banksy, and this latest trail across London is no exception. The use of animals in his art is a powerful commentary on the relationship between humans and the natural world, and it's great to see such a prominent artist using their platform to raise awareness about these issues. As always, Banksy's art is sure to spark conversation and debate, and it will be interesting to see what other works he has in store for us in the coming days. Customs officials in India have seized 22 live exotic animals from a man arriving on a flight from Thailand. The seized animals included an endangered Siamang gibbon, 2 sunda-flying lemurs, 2 green tree pythons, a white-lipped python, 9 four-eyed turtles, a red-footed tortoise, an Indo-Chinese box turtle, and a keeled box turtle. The animals were hidden inside ventilated boxes brought in by a Thai Air Asia passenger named Mohammed Mira Sardarali, who landed at the Chennai International Airport from Bangkok on Saturday. He was taken for questioning after security officials noticed suspicious behavior. He reportedly led the officials to another man, Mohammed Idris, who was waiting outside the airport to receive the package. He was handed over to the Wildlife Crime Control Bureau while Mr. Sardarali was detained and remanded in judicial custody under the provisions of the Customs Act and the Wildlife Protection Act. The questioning of Mr. Idris and Mr. Sardarali reportedly helped police and wildlife officials expose a ring of animal traffickers. They raided a house in Kolathur, Chennai, and found hundreds of native and exotic species. They seized as many as 240 Indian roofed and tricarinate hill turtles, 3 black pond turtles, and 383 star tortoises. However, there was no one at the house. The animals had either been smuggled in from abroad or were in the process of being trafficked to foreign countries, officials said. The house allegedly belonged to a police constable, S. Ravi Kumar, who was dismissed from service after being accused of involvement in animal trafficking. It's shocking to see the extent of animal trafficking and the involvement of law enforcement officials in it. It's important for authorities to take strict action against such activities to protect endangered species and prevent their exploitation. In the Colombian highlands, rhinoceros beetle larvae are being used to combat the problem of trash buildup. The larvae consume piles of organic garbage, preventing it from ending up in polluting landfills. The larvae's waste is then gathered and sold as fertilizer, and when the beetles reach adulthood, they are sold as pets to clients around the world. The project, run by environmental and health engineer German Viasis, receives about 15 tons of waste each week and offers an alternative solution to the growing problem of trash disposal. The concept is simple, cheap, and easy to replicate elsewhere. Viasis even sells the beetles using a digital currency called K-Mushacoin, which is accepted by a handful of businesses in Colombia. Personally, I think this is a fantastic example of using nature to solve human problems. The rhinoceros beetle larvae are doing what they do best, consuming organic matter, and in the process, they're helping to reduce pollution and waste. It's a win-win situation, and I hope to see more projects like this in the future. In a recent Daily Show monologue, Jon Stewart criticized President Donald Trump for recycling old insults against his new presidential election opponent, Kamala Harris. According to a story reported by Sam Haysom, Stewart pointed out that Trump's attacks on Harris are almost word for word the same as his previous attacks on Joe Biden. Stewart expressed his frustration with Trump's lack of effort in creating new material, stating that it's lazy apocalypsing. Personally, I think Stewart makes a valid point. If Trump wants to be taken seriously as a candidate, he needs to put in the effort to create new and relevant attacks against his opponent. Recycling old material not only shows a lack of creativity, but it also demonstrates a lack of respect for the American people and the democratic process. As voters, we deserve better than boilerplate, cut-and-paste insults. Mars and Jupiter will appear in a tight lineup in the sky this week, with the two planets at their closest proximity to each other from Earth's perspective since 2018. The event, known as conjunction, is an optical illusion that will be visible to the naked eye due to the brightness of both planets. The best time to view the pair is a few hours before sunrise, with the closest approach happening on Wednesday. After Wednesday, Mars will start to pull away from Jupiter, but the two planets will still be visible in the sky. On August 27th, the crescent moon will join the pair, creating a dazzling pack in the sky. Personally, I think this is a great opportunity to get outside and do some stargazing. Even if you don't have a telescope, the brightness of Mars and Jupiter should make them easy to spot. It's always amazing to think about the vast distances between these planets and how rare it is for them to appear so close together from our perspective on Earth. South Korea has introduced a bedbug detection dog at its main international airport to prevent the insects from entering the country after the Paris Olympics. According to a story reported by Marusha Muzaffar, a 2-year-old beagle named Seiko is the only dog in South Korea trained to sniff out bedbugs by detecting their pheromones. Seiko can reportedly search a hotel room for bedbugs in under 2 minutes. This move comes after last year's panic in Paris over bedbugs, which were found in public places and hotel rooms. The insects are known to hide away in suitcases. Authorities in Paris warned that no one is safe from the critters, and videos on social media appeared to show them crawling over seats on the Paris metro. To avoid a similar problem, South Korea is taking precautionary measures by working with pest control, transportation, security, and health agencies to monitor and disinfect flights from Paris more frequently. The South Korean government said it is taking a preemptive response to intercept the entry of the bugs through the Incheon International Airport, which is the main gateway to the country. Seiko will reportedly be deployed to sniff out bedbugs until the 8th of September as athletes, fans, and officials return from the Olympics. In 2023, South Korea experienced a wave of national concern following reports of suspected bedbug infestation in micro-apartments, motel rooms, and traditional spas known as gibbon, leading to a disinfection campaign. Seoul even allocated a budget of 500 million won, 310 pounds, to tackle the infestation. Personally, I think it's great that South Korea is taking such proactive measures to prevent the spread of bedbugs. It's a smart move to use a trained dog like Seiko to detect the insects before they can enter the country and cause further infestations. It's also reassuring to see the government taking the issue seriously and allocating funds to tackle the problem. Taiwan celebrated the return of its Olympic athletes with a grand gesture on Tuesday. According to a story reported by Arpan Rai, the country deployed F-16 fighter jets to escort the incoming flight carrying the athletes into Taipei. The athletes, who won a total of 7 medals for Taiwan, including 2 golds and 5 bronzes, were aboard an EVA Air charter flight returning from Paris. The Defense Ministry shared photos and videos of 3 F-16 jets taking off to join the athletes' flight inbound for Taoyuan International Airport in Taipei. The jets released fire flares in the sky as they flew alongside the plane to greet the incoming winners. The plane with the group of athletes touched down in Taipei at 7:10 a.m. Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te instructed the Defense Ministry to escort the athletes coming home and celebrate their achievements. This is the second highest number of medals Taiwan has won at the Olympics, where the self-governed island competes under the name of Chinese Taipei. Among the athletes was Taiwan's first ever Olympic gold medal winner in boxing, Lin Yuting. Lin faced criticism and speculation about her sex during the Paris tournament, but she managed to avoid learning about it almost entirely and focused on her performances. Lin has been strongly backed by her home country, including its former president, Tsai Ing-wen, who posted a message of support on social media. Personally, I think it's great to see Taiwan celebrating the achievements of its athletes in such a grand way. The gesture of deploying F-16 fighter jets to escort the incoming flight is a unique and memorable way to honor the athletes and their success. It's also heartening to see the support Lin Yuting has received from her home country despite the criticism she faced during the tournament. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. I'm your host, Beatrix Kiddo. We hope you enjoyed our take on today's top stories and gained some valuable insights. Remember, AI-based news summaries should always be fact-checked prior to sharing. On this day in history, in 1945, it was announced that Japan had surrendered unconditionally to the Allies, effectively ending World War II. We'd like to thank you for joining us today and remind you to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. Join us again tomorrow for more news analyzed and summarized by AI. Until then, stay informed and stay curious.